My name is Michael Woodward, and we're sitting adjacent to the Harwich Light Railway. Well, the real objective of the line is to run locomotives. That's my chief interest. And I've got a reasonable shaped garden here with a line all the way around the perimeter. And it's a good place to test out locos and let them gallop along and have their own run. The Garret is, I suppose, one of the favourite locomotives, but really they're all my favourites. But the Garret is based on those locomotives made in the last century and in this century, which were mostly exported to Africa. And they're very unusual locomotives. They have a front engine and a rear engine, and then a boiler spans the gap between the front engine and the rear engine. And these engines are hinged, and so they can take up all the irregular track, which was so much the case in the overseas railways. There is a cunning way of controlling the engine. First, I thought we would have one receiver and one servo, and then a lot of bits and pieces of cable controlling the various engines. But in the end, I put a receiver and a servo, one in the front and one in the rear engine. They have identical crystals and they are controlled by the transmitter. Well, this little one in the background here is what's known as a Quarry Hunslet. In the last century, a tremendous amount of slate was mined in Wales, and they had little tiny locomotives at high level in these slate quarries. And they would cautiously creep along, towing a whole pile of unsprung, rattling trucks behind them. My wife and I both enjoy gardening. Ever since I retired, of course, I've taken a greater interest in the garden. And now we both work together and try and let the railway fit in with the garden, and the garden fit in with the railway. There's no priority.